So we'll see. Hey, I think we are live now, and we managed to get everyone on board. So this is Yes Exclusive Flowers from South Africa. And I am very happy that I made it work to be on this live broadcast. My name is Elfie.
And I'm Sylvia. And Elfie was working yesterday the whole day actually to get this done.
Yes, thank you, Gary Vee.
Yeah.
I watch basically all of his shows and I follow him a lot, and this is the outcome basically for us. So I'm very grateful that we can now deliver messages directly to people's homes who are interested in following us, our journey, but also what is currently happening in South Africa in the flower industry, how we are affected by the events that are happening around the world, and how basically everyone who is our client, who is our colleague, who is our partner, business partner, is affected, because it's a tragic time for everyone around. And we wanted to basically take the time now that we have on hand, give a little sneak peek about like how we deal with the situation, what we are doing, not only to make ourselves feel better, but also in terms of business, in terms of reaching out to people,
In terms of our team.
in terms of our team. And because we have the greatest team on the planet,
We have people of the palace.
yes, we call
Exactly.
our office the people of the palace, and that's why maybe we go around and everyone just introduces themselves a little bit and tell the world what you are doing for us, maybe what you're doing right now for us, because it's actually quite exciting for our clients what we're gonna do later on when things normalize a little bit. And then we just also will say a little bit about what we have done last night, and
We are not just sitting and waiting and waiting that time goes over, because we have our also own perspective about like what will happen even after the lockdown. Maybe we can come up with this a little bit later, but first of all, I would like to give the time to all our wonderful ladies to introduce themselves and to tell a little bit like what are they doing and what is their job in our company and what they do right now, because we believe in people and we believe in connections, and that's why we want to give you a face to the names that you are usually only having a voice on.
Yes, or an email or something. So and I know as in many ways, and mostly now, I mean, we have ladies working for us, and they're not just working for us as part of our companies, but they are moms, they are wives, they are friends. So it's a quite tough situation for a lot of us in that regard. And maybe you just also add a little bit what you're doing at home right now while you're working for us.
Besides cooking and everything like that. So we all just want to say, Elfie hasn't learned cooking so far. All of them
5 weeks are not enough.
No, it's not enough. So we have to look actually for a chef to come into our family. We're always joking. And we have actually also, or what I want to say, we are very proud actually of all of you. I just wanted to say that every one of you is an essential part of our company. We wouldn't even miss one of you. And
we would miss each and one of you.
Yeah, what did I say?
we would miss
yeah,
every one of you, but
we would miss each and every of you. We wouldn't.
Yes, we would miss every one of you.
Yeah,
if they wouldn't play their part. So thank you so much. Also, this
Can
is
we restart again?
no, this is live. So no, thank you so much for also sticking around with us in this difficult time. We have had some very hectic times, and I think also maybe for employers, this is a shout out to keep your employees, support them in the time when they need your support, because during the year when things are rough, but also very busy, they support you. And we have a saying, or I go by the saying, that is like never bite in the hand that feeds you. Not that you are animals, but I really believe that we need to support people that have our back, usually on a daily basis.
Yeah, and we also not thinking of us only. We think actually of our entire industry, because we are nothing alone. We are only what we are because of everyone around us, our clients, our florists, our farms, all the traders that we work together, and our team.
So Roseanne, let's maybe start with you, because most of the people will know you from your voice.
And you are the longest with us.
Yes, you are the longest with us. So maybe, yeah, just tell the people who you are, what you're doing for us, and
How
what you're
you
doing right
started
now.
with us, actually, how you struggled. Maybe that is also interesting for some people.
Okay, I'm Roseanne, and I'm with the company almost 4 years, I think 3 or 4 years. I met Sylvia the day I walked into her house. I said to her, I need a real job and you need a 2IC. So that's how we started. So
Yeah, exactly.
I've been with the... So I'm mostly responsible for the orders and the logistics side of the company. And at the moment, we are following up on our clients. It's interesting to connect, only not to connect with them on the online shop, but also connect with them on a personal way, not just to to get to their hearts and to listen to their stories and to make interest with them. So that's the most important thing in life, is building a relationship, not just selling them, doing just the orders for them.
Right,
Yes.
because business essentially is done by people, right? I mean, this is how it is. So
Yes.
it might be a big company, a small company, but by the end of the day, each and every decision maker is a human being. And it's all about the
Yes.
relationship that we have, and also sort of just to let people feel that we hear them, we hear their pain points, and we're in the same boat. And I mean, they have supported us when the time was good for them, you know, by buying our flowers, by supporting us in that way. Essentially, we are a family business, so each and every client of ours
Yes.
is super important to us. It brings our bread on the table. It basically allows us to pay for our suppliers, for you.
And we were just saying, like, even like you need to get to know friends in a crisis, you know, or people, like how they react in a crisis. You get to know about them, if they supportive or selfish or whatever. And we want to be there for our clients as they have been there for us in the past.
Right.
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's interesting how in these difficult times, how you actually get to know the people, and have some time, just not just having to do order related, but also to just get to their hearts and to make really interest in who that person is. So that's our main focus at this stage, to get to our clients, not on a business related thing, but also on a personal related thing.
Yeah, and you are the best for that.
You are a people person, and I mean, this is really why we have made one of the best decisions also to have you in our team. You bright up, yes, our office when you come with your voice, and I truly believe when you call people right now, you lift their spirits up, and I think that's what we need right now. People really need right now. So thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Events. I think you are related to Roseanne in a way, in what you are doing. Not only related, but related in the job that you are doing. So maybe share a little bit more about you and what you do for us.
Okay, I am Yvette, related to Roseanne by being my sister-in-law, yes. And
we are a family business after all.
Yes, family business, of course. Started off as a temp, but grew part of the family because it is really a family. And my part in this is basically feeding the shop, making sure that new clients that they can, when they apply in the shop, that their needs are seen to, that the shop is authorized and
Yvette,
everything.
just check that that you're speaking a bit more closer to your mic, because I think
Okay.
people have a problem hearing you. Just gonna speak a
Is
bit
that
closer
better?
to the mic.
Is that
Yeah.
better?
Yes, I think.
Okay. And basically assisting everybody from being a PA to Alfie and Sylvia, also helping Razan, and then of course Susan. At home at this stage, apart from feeding the system that we are busy working on, I also make a couple of masks for those in need.
Yes, for us, for
And,
example.
Yeah.
no, it's just to say we are also human, basically. So yeah, that's me.
And I think, sorry to interrupt you, but I think you are, just in terms of who you are in our business, interlinking a lot of our departments, if we may call it. So our side and Roseanne's side and Susan's side, who is more in the financial side of things. So it's very important, and you took a lot of our pressure off at the stage where we really also were overloaded with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And when she came, we had a very, very stressful client. And I you can't even imagine what time was it. And Yvette just stood up and said, okay, even though that she was just like actually expected to start later on, she started immediately and she worked after hours just to get the job done. We all got nearly a heart attack after that client, but it was actually cooling down everything. So I think thank you so much, and that showed us your commitment and your strength actually where you are, and we are absolutely happy to have you in the team. And I just wanted to say we already have a couple of people watching our live, and I saw there's people from Cape Town, and I'm glad actually, Athy, it works.
Yay!
Great. No, it's great to be connected. I said that. I mean, I'm usually more behind the scenes, in what I'm doing on social media. But it's actually nice. Usually, I see only your face, not that it's bad. It's nice to be actually connected also as a team again and to see everyone's face. So that feels good. Okay,
and then we have our number superstar.
Yes, we have a very special lady to us that has the longest experience working with numbers than me and you probably together. So we got to a point where
Nobody likes numbers anymore.
But being in the import business in South Africa, and maybe that's just a little bit important to understand for people who are following us, who just think, okay, cool, they are bringing flowers into the country. That's a quite easy job. Not so much, especially when it comes to the financial side of things. First of all, and maybe you can also tell a little bit about the procedure, like what paperwork is necessary actually to make payments, to have together, to make people understand that it's not just a simple transaction that we are doing, but we have to wait for papers in order for payments to be released, and so on and so forth.
And how many papers? How many?
And how many signatures you need from us to actually approve it to the bank. And I think that is an important role of any business, finance department, or someone who is looking after the figures, making sure and controlling that things are just going in the right direction, and obviously also being a contact person for our suppliers and customers on the financial things.
And
so,
taking a lot of hassle off our shoulders.
Yes.
I mean, I really appreciate that. We know that. even though that we are maybe not having time every single day to tell you this, Susan, but you are our number superstar. I can't say
You are our
different.
number one. Number one. No, in terms
Okay.
of finance, that's really
Yeah.
important.
So please tell us a bit.
Okay, I am Susan, and I'm working with the company now about 15 months, starting in January 2019. Quite an experience to work online, everything, and I think the company is quite capable doing everything online, but unfortunately we don't have the flowers at the moment, otherwise there was no problem for us to work. Doing the payments, we are with international banking from Absa Bank, from where we get much support, and they got strict regulations on what they expect from us before they do payments. All the documents must be in order, from the purchase order, from the invoice, as well as the import documents and all the stuff. We just need to get all the documents in order, and it's not like we get the invoice today, we can pay tomorrow, because we don't get all the documents as soon as that. And sometimes there's a delay of about 4 weeks before we can finalize the payment. But it's not a
Yeah,
problem. We can do our payments, yes.
Yeah,
I am
this is
responsible for the bookkeeping, and I
no,
think
carry on.
at this stage it's more up to date than any time before because of the lockdown, and our auditors will appreciate that. I'm sure they will get all the documents they expected now very soon. For me, it is just the first few weeks quite a relief to get all the documents in order. So, but for now we can go on like normally. Yeah.
The lockdown is not always like any time a burden. It's for all of us also a little bit a relief in certain ways. So I mean, the bad thing is we eat far too much and we have less to little exercises and things like that. And but the good thing is we never slept so long hours like the last couple of weeks. So that's why the skin is actually looking quite good with us. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a challenge for everyone, and I mean it seems even sometimes funny what we do, but also our little videos and clips that we take on the Insta stories. We just thought we want to share what we are doing, but we got so much nice feedback. Actually, a lot of people telling us like they follow silently, and it makes a little bit their day, because not everyone has a family around. There is a lot of people, they are isolated, they are alone at home, they have actually nothing to see except of their four walls. So for them it's quite a little bit a bit more, yeah,
also from,
yeah. And
hours.
exactly, and we are very blessed here with our office and home. We stay quite natural in nature. We have to see, and I even found a person on the weekend because I saw him the night before on an interview, and he looked quite exhausted, and I just called him and I said, I just want to share with you the sea, like, because the view. And he was so happy actually just to see the sea. So little things like that actually can make people stay. Huh?
Yes. And obviously now we have more time than ever on our hands. I mean, for things that maybe we think are not productive in a way, maybe it will make us connect more with people. Even this, I think, would not have been possible in our daily job when things are just too busy. And that's why I think everything also has a flip side. We can try to move things around. I mean, we can dwell on things and say, yes, we're all sitting in a really bad situation right now, but we have to try to make the best out of what we have. And out of what we have is just spread some positivity around and make people feel that they are not alone. And I think that is also why you yesterday evening made a petition for for not only for us, but
Not
maybe
even for us, for the entire flower industry.
Exactly.
We are just initiated.
yes. So we are we have basically come up with a petition that you can sign, and I think we are close to 500 people already that have signed the petition, which basically means for flowers to be traded and to be sold for florists, and for normal people to have flowers back in their homes. Because I mean, we obviously are a strong believer that flowers are important for your well-being, that they lift your spirits, that they make you smile, and that they are just important to feel joy and happiness in the home, because the home is where we are confined right now 100% of the time. Not everyone has a garden, not everyone has a nice view, not everyone can basically just look out the window and see some greenery or flowers around. So I think it's really important to have the opportunity for flowers to be sold.
Sorry, while we are talking, it says 479, 480, 482, 483. The petition, the petition is actually going on even when we are talking here.
That's amazing.
Which is actually quite really cool. And we have people signed in, sorry, from all over the world. We have people signed in from our own customer base, from farms that we're working from, even people from countries we have never worked with, but from the flower industry.
I think flowers are a universal language, and I think that is quite important also to realize. And South Africa has one of the strictest lockdown rules in the whole world, which I believe is the right thing, like what the president has done from the beginning to try to really control as much as possible. But I do think, everything okay? Okay. All over the world, we still control as much as possible.
No. Don't copy these days. It gets dangerous rumors.
You must put on a mask.
You need to put the mask.
Yeah, we need to put the mask. No, so it's just obviously in our industry, specifically our clients, we have a responsibility towards our clients as also a stakeholder in the whole industry of flowers. We know that most of our clients are single or small businesses, means they are single moms or family members or small businesses up to maybe only 5 to 10 people. And I mean, we struggle. I mean, we have to be honest here. We struggle. It's been now close to 5 weeks where there is no single business more than maybe what we have done. And this is maybe something also that you can just tell people, to give them an idea of what is maybe the possibility right now in this crisis for florists. Because we got a funeral permit to sell flowers for funerals, and we got 2 orders this week, which we are very happy about, even though the cause is tragic. But obviously that also motivates us, and we want to spread the news. Maybe someone of you who doesn't know it yet, that there is maybe some silver lining at the end of the horizon, for them to support their families, make some income. Maybe it's not in the wedding business, because we all know that the wedding and event business will not be as it was before. We have no idea when we can gather again, when we have events of more than 10, 20, 50, 100 people. We know that also for our second business, yes, exclusive weddings and events, weddings have been postponed to next year. So we know that for this year, actually, there's almost no order in the books, which is
and when I
scary.
And when I mean, we are connected to a lot of people in the industry around the globe, and I very much take the time to listen what a lot of them saying in their own industry, in their own environment. It's very scary, particularly in those countries where they have a high mortality rate, like in Italy or also in America, where is a lot of big events happening. Actually, most of the events have been postponed to 2021, and this gives a lot of people a lot of pressure, because what are they going to do for the rest of the year? And also, will that be then exactly what it was planned? Will be the scale the same? Will be the funds the same, or the budgets? All these questions. And right at the beginning, I remember now, I had a chat with my mom when she lives in Germany, when we yeah when we chatted about, and she said she had listened to a talk of economists in Europe, and they said even if the crisis will only be about 4 weeks, that will take about the entire world economy about 2 years to recover. I was thinking a lot about that at a time, because it was not that dramatic. But now that we are already in week 5 of the lockdown, so I mean, we think we have to make plans for each and everyone in our industry, and we cannot just wait. What I see sometimes in South Africa, there's people that just wait for, like, when this lockdown will be finished, and then we start actually somehow as we finished. No, this will not be possible. So everybody needs to understand it will not be the same normality as we have left. So we all have to prepare for a new normality, and the sooner we do that, the better for everyone. It is also clear for me in my understanding that not everyone will survive. And I mean, that is tragic, but that is how it is. And we just hope that we will survive.
And a lot of our clients.
And a lot of our clients.
And a lot of our business partners, because I mean, by the end of the day, it's like one string, it has a ripple effect on each and every one of us. So if there's a farm that all of a sudden maybe not survive, cannot supply us with the flowers that we used to buy, I mean, we can't sell them to the customers that we have. So it's really obviously an economic impact. It has a huge global impact.
Yeah.
And we just want to thank all of you who have signed the petition already. Obviously, we need to wait until we have a certain number to make it really relevant. But you can rest assured we will not just keep it by having people signed on it. We're going to try to take it further and to really try to have it for the benefit of an industry. Yes. Not only for us, but obviously we are also players in the industry. So that's why my mom actually, she couldn't sleep at night, and she said all the time, she said, I need to do something for the industry. I need to do something for the industry.
I had no idea until last night.
And last night, and then we did the petition. And I think at least, even if things will not change gradually, people need to know that what we have in our hearts, that we really try to push the industry forward. And not only us, but us is you, all of you, not only our team, but everyone who is partaking in it.
And I also, we have, besides Rosanna, I also speak to a lot of people, because they are also asking me, like, what's the situation, how they can maybe get flowers and whatsoever. So we like, first of all, we want to say everybody has to be in guideline with what the government is actually setting out. That is how it is. That's why we need to get from everyone that wants to work with us in these days permit that they are permitted to work in this field to provide funeral flowers. For nothing else at the moment, there is a permission. That is very clear. and that must be very clear to everyone. Obviously, there is an interpretation of what is funeral services. Yes, I do understand that. But for me, a funeral service is not a service that is given directly at the cemetery. That is also a service that is supporting things like flowers. That's why we have very much limitations on this. And everyone should be aware of what we say, what the governmental rules are. Secondly, personally, I think every crisis in every life, and I mean something like that has never happened before in the world, and no one could be prepared for. But every crisis for everybody has also a chance to move on or to change things in a different way. We have seen this in our personal life, and maybe a lot of people have seen this as well in their lives. When you are in a comfortable zone, in a comfort zone, you never ever change because your sofa is so much comfortable. You don't want to sit on a wooden bench. But the problem is when you are kicked off your sofa and you have to sit on the wooden bench, you want to get back to something else. So that let you think and let you move on in different directions. And I've always said, and I mean, we as a family and as companies, we have run companies before. We have been in difficult times as usual.
Yes.
But what I always said is I had my best ideas in the worstest times, actually, because I had to do something. I had to get my head around things to make things work. And I think this time also is a good time for everyone to think, am I doing the right things?
Reevaluate
Yes.
your business.
Is my business profitable in the way of that? Do I make enough money, or do I have invested enough in my business maybe? Or is this really the right industry am I in? Or is there maybe something what is more needed?
More you.
And more you at the moment? Or do I just do flowers because I started like that and I expect to make a lot of money? And I mean, by the way, you cannot, but a lot of people just think like that. So is this the right thing to do and carry on? Or is it maybe just something else what is more what you love and what you have never done maybe, which is a chance for you now to do. I just hope the three ladies don't listen too much what I'm saying, because I don't want them to change anything. So I want to keep all of you, but I'm saying this in basic.
Yes. I also I read an article from an economist actually that says actually you need to disrupt your business every 8 years, or the environment will do it. I mean, it's maybe not really like that, but in essence, we need to be prepared for shocks or for crisis. I mean, no one was prepared for this, but I think the people who are creative, who are coming out of this, not maybe with more financial strengths, but maybe with different strengths of their own, and also how to support each other as an industry and their families and everything, they have won.
Effie said I should not read my phone, but I'm reading my phone, and I want to share what I just read because it just popped up and I saw it. And this makes me so happy and proud of all of you, because that is what actually our work means. It says, Bobby is a florist in South Africa. She said, "Dearest Sylvia, we miss you and your lovely flowers. We signed the petition. Trust that you are all well. We will send you our update later." Isn't that wonderful? I think this is what makes us move on and to go further, and we all hope whatever happens the next couple of weeks, if the flower business will be released to move on by itself, or by maybe the help of our petition and others that do something in this industry, we really hope that we can help this industry to move on, to help everyone, and to make people happy.
Yes, that's the essential end goal, right? I mean, flowers are there to make people happy and smile. Ladies, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I hope that the people out there, they can get to know us a little bit better now. We're going to set this YouTube channel up in the way that we're going to have more conversations and interviews with people from the industry, not only locally, but also internationally. So from people from farms, florists, designers.
The next session will be with a rose farm in Ecuador.
Yes.
With the owner of the rose farm.
So actually also hear how other people, how other countries, how other companies are dealing with this, what they're doing, maybe what we can learn from them. Just hear stories of people, how they survive. At the end of the day, we all hope that we are survivors, and we're just gonna make it work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.
We love you.
Love you too.